Good morning, friends. Welcome to the next session of mathematics. This session deals with the concept of stock and shares. This topic is a part of percentage because the concept that we are going to apply is percentage concept, as well as this topic requires some special knowledge regarding the commerce aspect. Before starting with the concept of stock and shares, first of all, I just want to tell you about the terms that we use in order to understand this topic. The first term that we use, that is known as face value. Second term is known as market value, or we can say market price. Then we say stock issued at discount. Stock issued at discount. Then we use a term stock issued at par. Then we use a term stock issued at premium. Right? We have dividend, and then finally we have rate of return. Now when we look at this topic requires the knowledge of these 5 terms. First of all, we start to understand one by one. My first term is face value. Face value is the price written in the books of the company on which originally the share is issued. In generally, when nothing is mentioned, every time we take the face value of the stock to be equal to rupees 100. When nothing is mentioned, we take the price to be rupees 100, and if it is specified in the question, then whatever the value is given of the face value of the stock, that value we take. Second is the market price. Market price is the price at which stock is bought. At which stock is bought by the person. That price may changing from time to time. The market price may be greater than the face value, or it may be less than the face value. Then sometime it is mentioned that stock is issued at discount, at par, or at premium. It is mentioned that stock is issued at discount of 5% or at premium of 10% or at par. If stock is issued at par, it means face value is same as to market value. Face value, we can say face value is same as to market price. That is where stock is issued at par. In the second case, where stock is issued at discount, in that case, suppose nothing is mentioned, we take face value of the stock to be 100 and it is issued at a discount of 5%. It means the market price of the stock is rupees 95. Means market price is less than that much of percentage from face value. Third one is when stock is issued at premium, it means market price is 10% more, we can say that is said to be 110. So if something is special, if something is stated in the statement about stock issued at discount, par and premium, that we have to go in such a way. Then we have the dividend. In any question of stock and shares, it is specified in the question that, suppose if I say a person buys 8% stock. A person buys 8% stock. Means that 8% is the rate of a dividend. 8% is rate of dividend. And the most important thing that we have to understand in this point, in this chapter is dividend is always given on face value. Dividend is always as a percentage on face value. Right? For giving the dividend, company is nowhere concerned with the market price. The company is primarily concerned with the face value. Suppose if I say you have 200 shares, for how much money you have bought the shares, it does not matter. At the end of the year, if company gives a 8% dividend on the stock, it means on a stock of rupees 100, company gives a dividend of 8 rupees. On 200 stock, company totally gives 200 into 8, that is said to be 1600 rupees. That is the total dividend issued by the company. The next we have to find, that is the rate of return. Right? Or we can say effective ROI. Sometimes that would be taken as ROI, means return on investment. Return on investment is equal to dividend upon total investment into 100. Dividend upon total investment into 100. That is said to be ROI, that we say return on investment. In any question of stock and shares, if you know these things, you can easily answer the question on stock and shares. Let us start with the questions so that you can understand the point. It is given that a person invested rupees 20,000 in buying 8% stock at rupees 125 each. A person spent rupees 20,000 in buying 8% stock at a rate of rupees 125 each. And in the question, two statements are asked. What is the dividend received by the person at the end of the year? And the second is, what is the rate of investment, or we can say, what is the return on investment? Now, if I start with the first thing, what is the dividend that have to be earned by the person? What I can say here that total investment by the person is rupees 20,000 and price per stock is equal to rupees 125. If I divide this 20,000 by 125, this will give me the number of stocks. This will give me the number of stocks, right? If I divide it, how much stocks I will get? My total stocks are equal to 160. My total stocks are equal to 160. You have to simply divide, and finally you can say that your total stocks are 160. Now you have to find the dividend. As earlier I told you, if nothing is mentioned, we state that the face value of the stock is always rupees 100 and dividend is always given on the face value. It means dividend on one stock. Dividend on one stock is rupees 8. Dividend on one stock is rupees 8. And here the total stock by the company is total stock by the person is 160. It means total dividend received by the person is 160 into 8, 0, 48, 8, 4, 8, 4, 12. Here I can say total dividend by the person is rupees 1280 that have to be given by the company to the person. That is the answer to my question number 1. The second statement is, what is the ROI? ROI means return on investment. As earlier I told you, if you have to find the ROI, means dividend earned by you upon total money invested, that is 20,000 into 100, that you have to solve. This will be cancelled out, 0 will be cancelled out, 2 will go on 10, 2 will go on 64, right? So here I can say 64 upon 10, or this is said to be 6.4%. So what I can say, effective rate of return by the person is rate of 6.4% on investment. Although the stock is 8%, company is paying dividend as per to the 8%, but actually the ROI to the person is 6.4%. I hope the idea is clear. Now I am going to take one more example so that you can better understand the concept. It is given that a person invested equal sum. A person invested equal sum in two type of stocks. In two type of stocks. The first stock was 8% stock and whose price is rupees 125 each. The second stock was 10% stock whose price was rupees 80 each. Whose price was rupees 80 each. And persons spent equal sum at both type of stocks. In the last, two type of questions are asked. First, which investment of the person is better? Which investment is better? And the second one is, what is the effective ROI? If it takes the total interest from, if it takes the total dividend from both type of investment, here the question is, what is the rate of investment? Now in these type of questions, when nothing is mentioned about how much sum he has to invest in first stock and second, but it is given that he is spending equal sum at both the stocks. Now in this statement, we have to find out two things, which investment is better. In these type of questions where nothing is mentioned about the money that you have to invest, what you can assume from your side, you can take either X is invested here, rupees X is invested here. But in this question, it is always better that to assume the LCM of the prices, 25 and 80, right? So I can say LCM of 25 and 80, we may take that LCM to be equal to, you may take it as 10,000, multiply both. It is 25 into 80, so I may say he invested in the first scheme 10,000, in the second scheme 10,000, right? Now in the first scheme, if we invest 10,000, the price of the stock was 125, it means number of stocks are equal to 80. In the second scheme, the price of the stock was 80, means number of stocks are equal to 125. Okay. Now after that, on one stock he gets 8% interest. On 80 stocks, total interest was 640. Here on one stock he get 10% interest. It means rupees 10. On 125 he gets 125 into 10, that is 1250. Okay. The one thing here I can simply say that the better investment would be the second one, because in that case he is getting rupees 1250 as a dividend. In the first case he is getting a dividend of rupees 640. Right? For the second answer, you have to find the ROI. ROI means the total investment. When I take the total investment, 10,000, total investment was 20,000, right? And his income is 12,250 plus 640. So I may say 1890. So answer is 1890 upon 20,000 into 100. This will be cancelled out, right? So here I can say 20, it would be 9.45%. So what I can say that his ROI will be 9.45%. That becomes your answer. I hope the idea is clear. It's better in this question, don't assume this to be X and X. It will make your question complicated. What you are expected to assume that, just take this to be 125, this to be 80. Take the LCM, that is 10,000, and then solve it. You are in a position to get your answer. Okay. Now after that I am going to take the third problem in this. Because this is a very small topic in percentages, so it's very easy for you to understand. So I am going to a third problem here. Third problem states that a person has total rupees 62,000 and he divided 62,000 in two parts to two schemes, A and B. At A scheme, it was 8% scheme and face value of the stock is rupees 120, and he bought it at a rate of rupees 60 each. Now in this question it is mentioned in the statement that the face value is rupees 120. It means we cannot take the face value to be 100. And the second is, it is 12% stock, whose face value is rupees 150. Face value is rupees 150 at a rate of rupees 120 each. Right? And further it is given that at the end of the year, his dividend received for both schemes is equal. Dividend from both schemes is equal. What do you have to find out? You have to find out what is the difference in their investment in A and B, or you have to find out the investments in A and B as per to the question. Now what I can say, suppose here you invest X, here you invest 60,000 minus X. Okay. Number of stock from here, because the price was 60, it is X upon 60. On one stock he get rupees 120 into 8%, that is 9.6. We can say that is 96 by 10. Here he gets, first of all we take the number of stocks, 62,000 minus X upon 150. Okay. And on one stock his income is 120 into 12%, that is 14.4. So I may say 144 upon 10. That is the number of stocks, that is the income per stock. Now I have to solve it and find my answer. 10 will be cancelled out, 0 will be cancelled out, 6 will go on 16, 16 will go on 9, 3 will go on 3, 3 will go on 5. I have to cross multiply. 5x equal to 0, 0, 0, 10, 0, 1, 30 and 1, 31. Minus 3x, right? Or what I can say, 3x will come here. So I may say 8x equal to 3,10,000. For finding x, I have to divide it. It will go on 3, 24, 70, 8, 64, 60, 7, 5. So I may say that his investment in the first scheme was rupees 38750, and if you have to find the investment in the second scheme, you have to just subtract that 38,750 from 62,000. you are in a position to get your answer. I hope now you are well conversant with the concept of the stock and shares. Hope you enjoyed the video. Share this session with your friends. Thank you very much.